Coming up next on Access Framingham, the Central America country of Costa Rica, with my guest, Ingrid Centurion. Stay tuned. Hello, I'm Jack Barron, host of Travels with Jack here on Access Framingham TV, where guests share with our audience a recent trip, a vacation, a cruise, or maybe a day trip right here in New England. You'll see their photos and hear about the exciting places they have visited. I'm very pleased to welcome another Access Framingham show producer, Ingrid Centurion. In May of 2017, Ingrid vacationed in the beautiful Central American country of Costa Rica. She and her travel companion spent one night in the capital, San Jose, and also visited Puerto Limón, La Fortuna, and Monteverde. What part of the world have you visited? Please be my guest on Travels with Jack and share your travel experience with our viewing audience. Just contact us here at Access Framingham Television and let us know you'd like to be a guest. You can phone AFTV at 508-875-5434, or you can send an email message to info@accessfram.tv. One of our associate producers will contact you to make arrangements for you to be on our show here on Access Framingham TV. If you don't live in Massachusetts, we would be pleased to assist with your travel to the Access Framingham studio. And now, let me welcome Ingrid to Travels with Jack. Ingrid, welcome.
Thank you.
And as always, I'm going to give the viewers a little bit of a history on your background, which is very interesting. Ingrid lives in Sudbury, where she lives with her husband, Jose, and her two sons, Anthony and Brandon, and their wire-haired fox terrier, Jack. My name, no relation. And interestingly, well, I'll mention this after this part. Ingrid is a former U.S. Army Lieutenant Colonel. She flew Hueys and Black Hawk helicopters and was also an instructor and maintenance test pilot. She also flew fixed-wing military intelligence aircraft. And I asked her how she met her husband, Jose, and she said he was an infantryman who used to have to jump out of her helicopters and airplanes to go fight. And I said, that reminds me of the Private Benjamin movie, but in reverse, where she was Colonel Thorney, and he was the part that... the blonde played. Anyway, and they ended up getting married. So she later left the military and moved to Massachusetts for the weather, she tells me, and a job as a product manager for a tactical robotic controller company. And that's where the control boxes control drones and as well as robots.
Yes.
So it's all very, very high-tech stuff. She currently is doing private consulting and is a professional public speaker who speaks about leadership, team building, motivation, and inspiration. Ingrid is also involved in a values-based training leadership system or program. Her two sons, Anthony and Brandon. Anthony is a student at UMass Boston. Brandon attends Lincoln Sudbury High School, ready to graduate. And both kids are considering the military, so I'm assuming their parents left the military with a very positive feeling that the kids are very still interested, and I congratulate you on that.
Thank you.
So Tell me what persuaded you to want to go to Costa Rica?
Well, my sister-in-law, Angie, she planned the whole trip
Okay.
through a travel agency company called CRS Tours.
Okay.
So it was a very well planned out trip.
Oh, so this, she
Excellent.
did a good job. She laid
did-
out a whole thing.
Well, she laid it out with them.
Yep.
And got a great deal. It was
And where
just
are
incredible.
they located?
It was
Do you know?
CRS Tours. They're in Costa Rica.
Oh, they're in Costa Rica.
Yes, if
okay.
you type in CRS Tours, you'll see CRS Tours packages. That's how we planned this whole trip.
Oh,
and it was,
okay.
unbelievable, spectacacular. Every hotel that we went to included breakfast.
Yep.
The breakfast was wonderful. We had a great time. And we'll get into it when we start talking about
So
the pictures.
Angie and her husband and you
Mark.
and your husband
Right,
all booked this trip. You left out of where? Massachusetts?
out of Boston
Okay.
into then we flew to San Jose.
So direct, Boston, San Jose?
No, I think I went to Atlanta.
Oh, okay. And then they transferred you.
Right.
Okay. And CRS booked your airfare as well, the transportation.
No, we took care of our
You
own
did that.
transportation,
Okay.
right.
Got to San Jose and took a cab, or they?
No, they greeted us.
Oh, they greeted you.
We
okay.
were there. It was really nice. They took us from there to our hotel, and we stayed at the DoubleTree by the Hilton.
Okay. So
So
let
the
me
ho-
see
that
if we
whole-
can
that-
get our producer Bill to put up a map. Ah, there we are. So there is Costa Rica, way down near Panama. So, oh, and there's a full map of Costa Rica. And San Jose,
It's kind of like in the middle there.
okay.
Right. And
So-
then we rented the car.
Yep. Oh, here we are.
And
This is the car you rented.
Yeah, that's the car we rented. That's me taking a picture from the back.
Now,
'Cause
do they drive?
Mark did all the driving.
Do they drive the same way we do in the U.S.?
No.
Oh, they drove on the other side, on the left.
Well, no, they drive crazy.
Yeah, no, but the side of the road was. Did they drive the same way?
Oh, yeah, they
did.
drive the same.
Okay,
They drive
so
the
they
same,
drive
right.
like U.S.
That's right.
But they drive more crazy than Massachusetts.
Well, I'm going to get into it but there's Mark, and he drove. Well, the first night we stayed in San Jose. We had
Okay.
dinner there. The next day we got the rental car, and then we made it to Puerto Viejo de Limon. So
Okay.
this is Mark here bringing down the things, and we stay in these bungalows.
Now, Mark is your brother-in-law.
my brother-in-law.
Yep. Oh,
And there's Angie.
This
There's
hi, Angie.
I wanted her to call in, and she's like, no.
Look at her though; she looks already into the beach.
Oh, she's ready to go. There's Mark inside the bungalow, and it was the most beautiful place.
It looks nice. Now
In
they
the
have, I
world.
see, a mosquito net.
There were a lot of, well, actually, when we went in May,
Yeah.
I brought 4 bottles of bug spray.
And you didn't
I
need
was
it.
super scared because of the Zika,
Zika.
and I didn't get one mosquito bite.
Oh, so you didn't really feel the bugs were a
No.
big issue. Okay.
No, at all. So
Now, where do Mark and Angie live?
they live in Mexico.
Oh,
That
really?
hammock was beautiful. That was in front, the porch where Angie was standing on that other picture. Every bungalow had a hammock, and I fell asleep in that hammock.
So they live in Mexico, so they flew from Mexico to Costa
Yes,
Rica
they
and met
did,
you there.
right.
Okay. Oh, isn't
And-
that interesting? Where do they live in Mexico?
They live in Guadalajara,
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
in a small town.
And do they like it there? They look like they're both
They're
Americans?
both retired.
Are they both Americans?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
yes,
but
yes.
that's where they chose to retire.
That's where they chose to retire.
Oh, interesting.
So-
Okay.
But we stayed, the name of this place was Anzania Bungalows.
Okay.
And it was 1 block from the beach.
Oh.
I mean, walking distance. It was
It
so
looks-
beautiful. And when
the
you walk in there,
vegetation's
you see
beautiful.
the vegetation was like a rainforest.
Yeah.
And at nighttime, we put that net over us just to be safe, even though I didn't get any bites. But the birds, you could hear them, and it was really incredible.
Oh.
Wow. And now we'll show you, I think in some of the pictures, there's the pool, and the hotel had their own pool.
That's Angie again.
There's Angie again, right? So Angie doesn't know that she's going to be on live TV.
Well, you'll send her. You'll send her. We're on YouTube as well.
Oh my
Travels
God,
with
this is
Jack
gonna be
Barron
great.
YouTube. She can visit that. Oh, the pool looks nice.
The pool was beautiful. They had like a little sand, and you'd go in the pool there. They
Now I
also had
see
a
you
jacuzzi.
people. Oh, and this
Now,
is the beach.
that's the beach. Beautiful beach.
A lot of people at the hotel, or not too bad? No.
Well, remember we were in our individual bungalows.
Yes, but even so.
They were hidden.
Oh.
Once I got into ours, we didn't see Angie and
really?
Mark.
Okay.
And then there was another one over here, but you would go down that path, and it was quiet and it was beautiful.
How many
and it was
bungalows
peaceful.
would you say, estimate?
Maybe 12.
Oh, so not a big place.
No, not a big place. Right. Well, maybe there were more, but once you got in there,
Oh, the
it was
beach
like you're
looks
in your
nice.
own little rainforest.
Very nice.
Yes, the beach was nice.
Now, is this on the Atlantic coast, do you know, or the Pacific?
Now, when we showed the map,
Yup.
it was on this side.
So the Atlantic, okay.
Right. Then we'll travel all the way back to the other side.
Oh, you went to, okay, we'll see that. All
throughout
right.
the trip. So there's a shot of the bungalow, from a distance, and like I said, it was really nice. And then they had breakfast. Every day we had breakfast. So we would walk to the bungalow in the center where you could rent bicycles and
So, beach equipment,
Yeah,
stuff like that.
that's
So,
it.
so they had stuff for you.
Right, and they had books to go, reading in a little reading area. But where the breakfast area was, it was really nice. Also very secluded. And they had a wonderful breakfast.
So they had what, a lot of fresh fruit?
Fresh.
Yeah.
Fresh food.
Yeah, because they have down in Latin America, well, this is Central America, they would have what, a lot of banana grows locally, pineapple, I'm assuming maybe even strawberries.
Costa Rica has 900 different species of birds.
Really?
I remember the birds singing in the evening, and that's a lot of birds.
And the beach, the sand looks nice too.
Yeah, the sand was nice. It was clean, and the weather was nice.
May is, they say, a good time to go?
That's what I hear, especially for the bugs and the mosquitoes. So I didn't get one bite. That's crazy because I'm the type of person that the mosquitoes love me.
Okay.
In Sudbury, we have to bomb the house because there's so many mosquitoes. I couldn't even go outside seriously for 5 minutes. They would all bite me.
Okay.
So for me to go to Costa Rica and not have one mosquito bite, that's like a miracle. It's not possible. And I was still spraying myself. I didn't care. I was spraying myself all the time. I was actually a little scared about that.
But they didn't want to bite you down there.
No,
Oh,
they
all
didn't.
right.
They
Well,
didn't.
well,
And the
maybe
food was really good. We talked about that. The food.
Now you mentioned to me earlier you weren't happy with the coffee though.
Oh, yes. They didn't have espresso,
Yeah.
and the coffee was pretty weak.
Now
But-
coming from the U.S. military, did the U.S. government have good coffee?
No,
No. Okay.
no,
right.
yeah.
I'm interested
But
whether we served a good cup of coffee.
I'm refined now.
Oh,
So
okay.
now I drink espresso and.
Now this is the breakfast room,
Okay,
I'm assuming.
this is. We ate out after breakfast at all the hotels. Then
Yep.
we had lunch and dinner outside and on the trip. So here we're eating in Puerto de Limon.
Now, were these folks with you? This is not Angie.
No, that's not Angie. These are Angie's friends who joined us.
Oh, you had more
on the second
people.
day.
Oh.
Yeah, I have more too. I have more people. You'll see. So they joined us, and they were great. They live in Mexico too, and there they are.
Now, the fellow with the tattoo, that's a friend of Angie's?
No, that's Mark.
Oh, that's Mark, her
Yeah,
husband.
That's Mark.
Okay.
That's a close-up of Mark.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
Mark had short hair here.
Okay.
He normally has longer hair. Oh, this is great. This was a nightclub in Puerto de Limon, and the owner is from Boston.
Really?
Yes.
And he ended up down there.
He ended up down there, and he decided to live there. He's been there for 25 years.
Oh.
He brings in bands every day and evening, and it was a really nice restaurant, and we stayed there for a while. So it's really small. So after we were in the bungalow, we'd walk downtown.
Oh, you could walk.
You could walk
okay.
downtown, right?
And
So
you
we
felt
walked.
pretty safe?
Oh, yes. Yes. we
Well,
felt
I say
very safe.
because I've heard people say to me they've gone to Costa Rica and they felt they had to stay in the facility or that they were placed in the hotel or resort. They have, I think, some very big resorts with literally hundreds of rooms with golf courses and lots of swimming pools. And I've heard people say that those, they felt more comfortable staying on the facility itself. But
Right.
you felt in this Port Limon
Oh,
very
yeah,
comfortable.
It was really small. It was a really small town, a real small area.
Interesting.
And it was very
And this,
nice.
the CRS people found you this.
Yes.
This was their suggestion.
Yep, their suggestion, their hotel,
Okay.
their coordination for the breakfasts every day. And they make all the reservations. We just decided we wanted to go to that side of the island.
I got you.
Right.
Oh, so they really helped you with
And
that.
there was no smoking in a lot of places.
Really?
I noticed that everything was very clean, very green. They do a lot of recycling. And
Well, I
the
think
food
they-
was really good, all the
Costa
restaurants.
Rica also has these big rainforests that I know is a big
We're gonna
tourism.
go, we're gonna go to the
Oh,
rainforest.
okay.
We're gonna
All
go to
right.
the cloud rainforest at the
Oh,
end.
all right.
That's
Bill,
the
move
last
us
stop.
along then, so I'll see the cloud. There we are. Now this is a.
Right. So at Puerto Limon, then we drove to the next site, which was the La Fortuna, and we stayed at Los Lagos Resort. We'll have some other pictures of that, but this is a stream in that area,
Okay.
and they have beautiful lakes.
Your
and
accent is
streams.
very good. Is that from growing up in Texas?
No, I actually grew up in New Jersey.
Oh,
What do I look like a Texan?
no,
Everyone's
you told
like,
me you enjoyed the Army in Texas.
But in the Army, I move around.
Oh,
so I was
okay.
stationed
Oh, you
in
grew up in
Texas.
New
I was
Jersey.
stationed in Alabama. I was stationed in Virginia. I was all over the place. So this is a shot. We stopped and ate
Yep.
at some restaurant. And Mark went over and took pictures of the little rivers and little streams
Yep.
and things like that. So I don't know where this was. Okay, here we are at Los Lagos
Now, is that
Resort.
a volcano behind?
Yes, that is.
Oh, it is.
Yes, that's the Areno volcano.
Oh, wow.
And this hotel is Los Lagos. It was beautiful. And you'll see pictures of the pool later on. And so we walked up the hill. Mark and Angie like to go hiking. So we hiked up this hill to get some really good shots. You'll see them later
Was
on.
the volcano smoking or anything?
Yeah, it was-
Oh, I'm not
looked
sure
like
if that's
that.
clouds or.
All right, I think it was clouds.
Oh, okay.
So we hike all the way up this mountain. And the vegetation you'll see.
Yeah, no, it
it's
looks beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful, all green.
How was the
Perfect
prices
weather.
for everything? Did you find the hotel reasonably
Oh,
priced?
everything was reasonably priced.
Everything.
Our trip together for 10 days, it wasn't that much money. I don't remember how much it was right now, but I tell
So,
you, I know it
so
wasn't
you
that
would
much
say
money.
to our viewers, this was not a very expensive
It was
vacation.
not an expensive
Okay,
vacation.
good,
Right.
good. Most of our viewers are very well-to-do, but some aren't.
Right.
So they may want to
Very affordable.
Very affordable.
That's what I would say. And just beautiful. So we were really relaxing. Well, we were relaxing at Puerto de Limon. Then we drove here, and it was beautiful. We'll see more pictures of this hotel. Okay,
Oh,
at
that
this
looks nice.
at Los Lagos, they have a little zoo. So here we have some
Turtles.
turtles. I'm like, what is that? I'm like, where are the alligators? There was an alligator in there.
Okay.
And lots of different creatures.
Okay.
I can't point anyone out right there, but there's a bird. Do you see the fence
Yes.
around it? Yeah.
Yep.
So there were some crocodiles in there, but maybe they didn't come out.
Oh,
in this
so
shot.
they wanted to keep you out. That's why
Yes,
the fence was
yes,
there. Oh,
the
that's
fence was
nice
there.
that they got
Right.
that. Okay.
And then they had another one of these where there's poisonous frogs. There's
Really?
a lot of different poisonous frogs there, and you'll see a shot I have of the the little guy.
I think there's the crocodile. I don't know if our viewers can see it.
Yeah.
But I see the croc kind of in the
water.
little-
Oh yeah,
yeah,
you're
see
right.
him?
There he is. That's
Yeah,
right.
or
That's
her.
right. That's right. There he is.
little bit, and there's actually two. There's one lower, and I think that's I see the croc in the center
yeah,
of the
yeah.
picture.
You're right. Well, that's what
Look
this
at that.
was.
Oh, so they have a lot of poisonous
And this was
frogs.
walking distance from our rooms. This was walking distance from our rooms.
Did they tell you anything about the poisonous frogs? Like
Yes,
what they
yes.
say, did they say watch out for them or?
Oh yeah, they have signs and
Oh, they
everything.
do?
Yeah.
That's-
well, there he is. There
Oh,
he is.
they're little like
and
that?
There's a little guy. That's me zooming in really close.
So
on
what
that
do
frog.
they tell you? You mean can they kill you?
Yeah, they can kill you.
Really? What? They'll bite you?
They'll bite you. There's a lot of different species there that are lethal.
Really? Oh boy.
But I thought it was interesting that that was right there, in walking distance from where we, in the room.
No, it is interesting.
Right.
I've never seen them use those in like a James Bond movie where the villain is sitting in a chair and the poisonous frog climbs on him, bites him. And,
Now, while we were there, we traveled to some waterfalls. So we
Okay.
took the car and we went to La Fortuna waterfall. I think
Now,
there's some
do
pictures
you
of that.
remember, Ingrid, if they had a GPS navigation on the car for Mark?
Yes, yes.
They did?
Yes, we did.
So he was able to find stuff.
Oh, he was able to find everything. And he's a great hiker. He knows how to get
And
anywhere.
living in Mexico, he speaks Spanish.
he
Tell me,
doesn't speak Spanish that well. Maybe now,
what about Angie?
Angie speaks Spanish.
Oh, she does, okay.
So when we went on that trip, Mark and Angie had just retired to Mexico.
Okay.
So Mark started to learn. It's been now like a year and a half.
He
So
moved
maybe
there without even speaking Spanish.
right. So maybe now he knows some Spanish. But
Now-
he's a good navigator, and he was a great driver.
Language in Costa Rica. Did most people speak English?
I always try to practice my Spanish, so
But I mean, did you find like when you went
a
into
few.
stores?
Yes, they knew.
They knew English.
Yeah, they knew English.
So if someone like me went, who
You
doesn't,
wouldn't, yeah, you wouldn't have a problem.
I wouldn't have a problem.
Right, they all
Okay.
spoke English very well. So, that's going down towards the alligator
Okay.
area.
That's Mark again?
That's Mark. Okay, this is inside a room. Do you notice there's like a
Yes.
net on the top?
I see the net.
Inside in this room.
Like a nursery, a plant nursery.
Right.
Yep.
And this is where the poisonous frogs are, and insects and butterflies.
In this room?
In this room. So you see, Mark looks a little scared right there.
Well, I would be. What if the frog climbs
I know,
on
I
you?
was freaking out. But they have signs and they tell you all this stuff, but they also had a beautiful butterfly farm. I guess that's what you call that.
Really?
Yeah, it's like a,
So the butterflies were in this netted room?
exactly.
Oh. World shortage of butterflies, so it's
Really?
interesting. Yeah.
Oh, wow. They were beautiful, all different kinds, and you could hear them. This is walking around the Los Lagos Hotel. They had statues, they had little lakes. When we get to the shots of the pool was incredible. They had a lot of slides.
Real? Oh, now
And
this,
intense
that's
slides.
not Angie.
Yeah, no, this is towards the end, but that's us going on the rope bridges.
What do you mean?
You get tied in on
Yeah.
this like rappelling, and then you slide down a rope.
Oh, okay.
And
I
it's
know what
over
you're
the
talking about.
rainforest.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And
how do they call that? Let me see. I wrote it down
Well, it says here Skytrek. And how long it's a zip line.
A zip line, that's it. It's a zip line.
And how long is the zip line? Is it a long?
It's a long zip
Really?
line. We went on a zip line that was 100 feet off the ground.
Yep.
And over the rainforest, and it was over that.
And very popular, I bet.
Very popular over there. Zip
Yeah.
lines at every location. You could see a little bit of the zip line right there.
Yep.
And every stop that we had, they had this type of adventure
Oh,
activities.
really?
So you could have zip lined at all the spots if you wanted to.
Foxwoods Casino, believe it or not, has a zip line. And they told me it's one of their most popular attractions at the whole casino. Goes from one end of the project to the other or something, but they said it's a huge draw.
Right. When I was in Vegas, I did the zip line.
You did?
On the old part of Vegas.
Yep.
And it was great.
You did it, so you
nice.
did this zip line.
No, they did the zip line.
Oh, they did it.
I
You
didn't
didn't do it.
the
All
zip
right, this
line.
is where this is the start of the zip line, maybe?
That was the start of the zip line.
Okay.
And this area right here, we visited an area. It's like you just walk in the rainforest and you walk down a path and you see sloths and birds and nature.
Oh, so it really
Right.
sounds like fun.
And you want to make sure you have your mosquito repellent on, which I did.
This is what, some kind of snake or something?
No, that looks like some type of lizard.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he mixes in. Oh no, is it a snake?
That's okay, either one.
Right.
Looks like what, a lot of Americans down there for tourists? Or you found
Well, I felt everywhere we went, it was,
mixed?
no, it wasn't crowded. It was
Wasn't
nice.
crowded.
It was like we had the whole country
But I
to
mean,
ourselves.
did you see, what would you say was the makeup of what you noticed in other tourists?
All from international
Everywhere. Very
locations.
international.
Right.
Okay, interesting. So not just Americans, you saw
No,
people from
yeah,
everywhere.
Yeah,
okay.
from everywhere. So these are pictures as we're walking through the parks and the rainforests. There they have various nature, little creatures. See the path,
Yep.
like I was saying. So you walk down these paths and you look up and you look for the sloths. I think I have a shot in here of one.
So
We're gonna have to find it.
There were
though.
a lot of trails built for people to walk.
Yes.
Oh, look at this.
Then they have these hanging bridges.
Yeah.
These hanging bridges are rather scary.
I was going to
They're
say.
200, 300 up high. So when you cross them, if you have a fear of heights, it could be very challenging getting across
I was going to say, I don't know if I'd be comfortable on a little narrow bridge like that, 300 feet above a ravine.
Right.
Okay. Oh, and there's a waterfall.
That's right. So that's the La Fortuna waterfall, which is beautiful. And we
Did you have
end up-
issues crossing those bridges? How'd you do?
I did pretty good.
Yeah, because you're a pilot. You're used to heights.
Right.
Yeah.
And
All right.
just don't look down.
Yeah.
But this is a really beautiful waterfall, and you have to walk all the way down to the bottom to get down there. There's a picture you're going to see of me down there, but when you're down there, it's almost like breathtaking, and all that water is hitting you, and if anything you take down there is going to get wet. So if you have a camera, you have to put it in a baggie or something like that. And it was beautiful. It was beautiful. Now, it's like walking down maybe like 1,000 steps. And so there's a shot of me,
Oh, okay.
and you see the waterfall. We're down at the bottom right now. It's a really small area. Not too many people can go down in there. And that was really nice. By this day, my legs and my quads were so sore.
From walking so much.
From going up that hill at Los Lagos, and then now here, going down. Then you have to come back up. So if you're not in shape,
Not for you.
It's
if you're
not for
in,
you.
Okay.
If you're not
Mark
in
and
shape.
Angie insisted you'd be fine.
yes. But I know friends
How
that,
did Jose do, your husband?
he did fine.
Oh, he did fine.
But I'm just saying, I don't think I'm that out of shape. I could lose, 10, 15
I told
pounds.
you we don't talk weight on this show.
But my legs were really sore, and if you want to go on a vacation and enjoy all this, you really need to start walking and be ready for it, because I don't think you'll be able to make it.
Well, or you could do it on a less intense basis. You could say, I'm not going to go down to the bottom of this hill. I'll just wait.
Right, at the top.
At
Right,
the top,
right,
yeah. I mean, I've been on trips where, everyone was climbing. I remember in Cambodia, they're climbing the top of Angkor Wat and 400 stairs up so they could get a better view. I said, I'm okay. I can see where I am now. So I skipped it. Now, could they say to me, you know, Jack, how could you live? You didn't climb the tower. Yeah, I'll manage.
Right.
So yes, you know, you can always take it a little easier. But the waterfall, wow, this is
Yes.
like out of a movie.
It was.
Yeah. And the
Beautiful.
photos are great. Very clear. He's a good camera guy.
Yeah, these are all Mark's photos.
Yeah.
Some of mine are have been mixed in here.
But you
It's
know, they
kinda
did a
hard
good
to
job.
tell.
Oh, now
Yep,
this
there-
is.
They took a selfie of themselves.
Oh, okay.
Wait till I send this link to Angie.
Okay, El Yukon Puente Bridge. 230 feet. So you're telling me this skywalk is 230 feet above something?
Yes.
A little river or something?
They're hanging bridges.
Yep.
So you walk over them and you watch nature. You just like walking around.
But I see it's all converted into English. So anybody who can read English is going to be okay understanding this.
Yes.
Good.
Now this is a place that we ate, Doña Flor. You're going to see a picture of her in that area. We just stopped and I decided, hey, let's stop at this spot. And
Okay.
it was great. It was the best restaurant the whole time there.
Really?
And
you just picked it out of
yeah,
nowhere?
we just picked it out of nowhere.
Okay.
So there she is, Doña Flor. That's
Yep.
me. That's my shot.
That's you, yeah.
And that's her restaurant. She was really nice. They cooked for us, and that man, he cooked. The first time I ever had plantains grilled.
Grilled,
So you know
okay.
the big green plantain,
Like a banana.
right? And I grew up eating them, but I've never had them grilled,
Okay.
and it was so good.
Really?
And they gave us so much food. And I had a good drink there. They have a drink called, and it's a common drink in Costa Rica, guaro. Gaci, I think it's Cacique,
Okay.
and it's guaro. It's like a clear rum,
Oh.
alcohol.
Oh, so okay. And they
far as
make
that.
it, distill it locally.
That's right. I had that. I had that
And
at
you
that
liked it?
restaurant, right? And Mark was drinking Imperial beer. They had a lot of that beer there.
That was their local beer?
Yeah, that was their local beer.
Okay. Now this is the bridge.
Those are the bridges.
Looks like it's almost plastic. Was it a plastic?
No, it
No.
wasn't
What are
plastic.
they? Is that metal I'm looking
was
at?
metal.
It was metal. Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah. Oh, it looks a
And
little
they shake.
wider here. Oh, they
yeah,
shake.
right. And they shake, and it's scary. If you have a fear of heights, you will have a challenge going
Well, I just
across.
wouldn't look down. I don't
Right.
think.
But-
I mean, it looks like kind of a railing. You can grab the
Right.
steel.
But you see how her feet are in the center?
Yes.
She was scared to get close up because it's
Oh.
rather scary. And while we were there, we heard the monkeys, like a whole bunch of them coming. Like it was like in the movies. We could hear them.
You also look like you had pretty good weather.
Yes, we had beautiful weather.
You're not showing.
Beautiful weather. So there's going through another bridge, the Heights. This was a different restaurant we ate at along the way.
I see a TV. It looks like in the back there.
Yeah, they have TVs there.
Just like the United States. Everything
yeah,
you eat in
everything
a
was-
restaurant, you got a sports game on or whatever.
It was nice. Everything was nice.
Nice
we stopped
local
at we
spot.
stopped
Oh,
at
now
so
hold
many.
on. This
yeah,
is what?
Okay, this is the.
Oh, wait, go
I said
back.
that's just a restaurant, that
Restaurant.
we ate at.
There
but
we go.
This is the slides in the Los Lagos resort that I was
Okay.
telling you about. That it was beautiful. This is a small little slide. They had another slide that was like a zip line slide. You had to walk all the way up the hill and then come down. And here, this is where the hot springs were. So they had jacuzzis.
Oh, really?
They had these beautiful, intricate jacuzzis up higher. And you would sit in there and the water was coming from the hot springs.
Oh, so they have thermal springs.
Yes, thermal springs.
Are they known for that?
Yes.
Oh, okay, interesting. Oh, look at this. But I'm not funny. I see the slide behind the table.
That's right. Now, if you would walk up those stairs, the hot springs are there. Oh. And this looks like a little mushroom.
Yes. Did
really
the travel
beautiful.
agency tell you when they booked you for this that they're known for their hot springs?
Yes,
that's
why
did.
that's why we
Okay,
wanted
so
to
they
stay
said
there.
take
Yeah,
advantage of it.
we wanted to sit in the hot springs. We did. In the evenings, we sat in the hot springs. We had breakfast at this place as well. Breakfast
Same
was
kind of nice
excellent.
breakfast.
Excellent breakfast. Buffet, all you can eat.
Fruit,
Of course, you know,
eggs,
all
yeah,
that stuff good except the coffee.
except the coffee.
For me.
Well, you know, I have found in traveling that a great breakfast in the hotel really sets you up for the day. You know, if they have a lot of fresh fruit and cereals, and a lot of places, I find eggs everywhere, you know, all over the world, and some toast. You can have a great breakfast. You can get away with a very light lunch, and then you go out for dinner at night. What did you find at dinner? What kind of foods? Did they have a lot of grilled chicken? Did you find anything that seemed to be indigenous to Costa Rican cuisine?
Well, everywhere we stopped, I had ceviche.
Oh, okay. Oh, so they served that everywhere.
They served that everywhere. That
So
was
fresh
that's my
seafood,
go-to
that's your thing. Okay.
Dish.
Mostly with shrimp or all kinds of different fish?
All kinds of different fish.
And they were fresh fish they caught?
Exactly, right. So that's why I wanted to that. I love
So
fish.
you found the seafood wonderful?
Wonderful, wonderful. And always, there was rice and beans.
Okay.
The bananas, the plantains.
Yep.
Everyone had either chicken or steak. Whatever they had, everybody enjoyed.
So very pleased with
Very
that.
pleased, very pleased.
Yeah.
Very
That's
pleased
me.
with the service.
I like seafood.
Right.
When I go, I like
Right.
seafood.
And also very pleased with the service.
They treated you nicely.
And they were on it. You know, some places you can go and it's like you're waiting forever for the food. So it was good service. So there's someone going down that slide backwards.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
Ah.
That's a little slide.
Yeah, that
There's
is.
another slide that I almost died going down because it was enclosed like this. You couldn't see. And
I find it
was
interesting, though, that they had the thermal waters there. I never think of Central America as, you know, somewhere you'd go for spa waters.
Right.
You know, a lot of places like in Budapest, I remember they had these huge buildings that were built over the thermal waters with big pools where people went to take in the mineral baths. So I didn't know it was available there. Interesting. They're supposed to be healthy for you, the spa waters, you know, with the minerals or something. I don't know if they are. Okay, we're back on the road.
What's the next one?
A lot of beautiful. Oh,
Yeah. Going for a walk.
this looks just like the California or something, you know?
Now, this shot here is we walked all the way up this hill.
Yeah.
And there was like a rundown, looks like a church was
Yes.
there or something like that.
Well, it looks like a place you could have weddings.
And we just walked all the way up
Okay.
the mountain and took pictures. And it was beautiful. You can see it's just all green.
And you heard a lot of birds and everything when you were
Yes.
in these areas? Yeah.
Yes.
Very nice. Very pretty. Is that a river or a lagoon?
That was, we walked all the way to the top,
Yeah.
and when we were looking down, we saw a little lake.
Oh,
So
a
we were
lake.
just taking pictures of this lake that we saw. We didn't walk down into it, but we were just taking pictures from the top.
And again, you felt very comfortable. You didn't feel any sense of people would rob you or anything like
No.
that. No, isn't that great? Oh, there it is.
There's
it
a
looks
shot of
like
that.
it must have been a church at one time.
Right.
interesting stone work on the benches. Almost like tiles molded together. You see it?
Yes.
Oh, now
And
we're heading back
now we're
down.
heading back down. That hike is really what messed up my legs, I think. It
Really?
was a very steep climb to the top.
Oh.
Now we were on our way towards Monteverde.
Okay.
And as we were going there, we saw this wind farm,
Oh.
these windmills.
Yep.
And there were several of them. And we stopped the car. Mark wanted to go up and take
But
a
you're
picture
exactly
of it.
correct. It looks like a wind farm.
Right. And you always see these.
Yes.
But have you ever walked right up to one?
I've been near them. There's one I have been very close to down toward Newport, Rhode Island, but it's much bigger. Very, very big.
So Mark wanted to stop, and we did, and he took a picture of it.
And these are creating electricity, I'm assuming.
Exactly. In Monteverde is 5,900 feet elevation, so we're going to the cloud rainforest from here, and this was en route to the cloud rainforest. And what I wanted to say about the crazy driving is we crossed a lot of bridges, and so we would get on this bridge, and you couldn't see if the person on the other end was coming in this direction.
Oh, terrific. You mean because of the clouds?
Because of the clouds, because of the weather.
Oh, boy.
Because they were kind of, it was,
Yeah.
so we would wait, and then the car would pass, and then we would go. But it was like taking a guess.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? So that's why I thought it was a little crazy driving
Yes,
there.
I would say so. Nobody warned you about that.
Right? There wasn't a red light or anything to go. It was just like, okay,
And the bridge wasn't really big enough for two cars?
It was not big enough for two
okay.
cars. Right? It was not big enough for two
Well,
cars.
we're glad you came back. That's interesting.
And here we are in Monteverde, and this was at high altitude. They call this the cloud rainforest. We'll see a lot of shots. It was beautiful.
The wood looks beautiful. I wonder
Yes.
if that's indigenous woods they used for building the deck there.
And
Very
these
nice.
were not apartment buildings, but they were larger facilities. And this was the room. And then you could walk out the back of your room and you see the clouds. And there may have been maybe in this little facility, maybe 20 rooms.
Okay.
Then you'd walk up the hill some more, and there'd be another building, you could call it, with maybe 20 rooms. And we were all on this hill, this massive hill, and it was just really nice. They also had an animal farm in there with ostriches and birds.
Oh, really? Interesting.
This is just a picture of a tree that I thought was interesting. There's a bird. There were a lot of hummingbirds here too. Many, many, many hummingbirds.
Well, it's nice to see that they have a place, to have a lot of birds. It's such a big issue today globally, believe it or not, with a lot of birds not continuing to be out there. You know, they're being discontinued, so to speak. Yeah, it's an issue. It's an issue, the bird issue. But let me see what else. This is a nice
that's still
sunny day now.
That's still Monteverde. Yep, we're up there, and that was the clouds went away, and some shots. This is out the back room, and this is where we did the zip line and the around the resort. When you go to Costa Rica and you're driving,
Yep.
you'll see zip lines. You could stop and do them. We could have even done a zip line and hanging the ropes in San Jose. You'll
Yep.
see signs everywhere. We decided to finally do that when we got to this stop.
So you're saying these zip lines are a big, big thing there?
Yes,
Okay.
zip lines are a big thing, and the hanging bridges are a big thing. They must put them in their forest so people can walk from one side to another side take pictures and things like that. So this is a shot of the room on the nice day.
Oh, this looks like a nicely built, looks pretty sturdy.
Yeah, it was very sturdy.
Yeah,
It was solid rock,
yeah,
stone. You see that?
I do. It looks
And
like
it was very nice.
See, it's good you use that travel agency. You never would have found these easily,
No.
or you wouldn't be sure
Right.
that you would like them. I mean, a lot of our guests do a lot of search online and everything else, but it's nice sometimes when you go to these countries to have a travel agency who has knows maybe the management, knows the places, has been there and said, this is a good place for you to go.
Well, another reason why Angie wanted to go with CRS Tours, it was the cost of the rental car. Some rental car places will get you for insurance and this coverage and that coverage, and you don't know that country.
Yep.
You don't know what the standards are. And when she was doing her research, she found out that through CRS Tours, we got the best rate for the car rental.
Oh, so they help you. She
Yeah,
felt
we got
they
the
helped
rent.
you a
We
lot
got
with
the
that.
yeah, exactly. And if you did it all separately on your own, this is where the price can start escalating on you.
Oh, so
And
she
I
did her
remember
homework.
that, right.
Yeah. Now this is still up in the cloud park.
Yeah, this is still up in Monteverde. Another thing about in Monteverde, they had where you can go rappelling, off the waterfalls. They had tours of the coffee plantations, the chocolate plantations.
Oh,
they
they
do
had-
the cocoa
okay,
there
yep.
too.
So did you take any of those tours?
No, we didn't take any
Okay.
of those tours. We just hung out at the pool.
And drank the local rum. That's okay.
Right.
That's okay.
And ate and relaxed. It was a very relaxing vacation.
It is interesting, though, sometimes to see how they, bring in the coffee and with chocolate. I don't know if they just pull the cocoa pods or if they actually roast chocolate there or make chocolate items, make candy, whatever.
Yeah, they have a lot of good chocolate there.
Oh yeah, chocolate grows around the equator all over the world. But
I wanted to go rafting,
oh, okay,
but I have a bad back.
okay.
And they have serious rafting in Costa Rica, different levels, like advanced, severe, moderate. But I was told that even the moderate one
Was rough.
is going to be rough on your back. So we didn't do that. But I really wanted to do it.
Well, it sounds like you might go back anyway.
Oh, I definitely want to go back.
So next time
It was a great trip. And if you have kids, I thought all the zip lining and
They would like
they
that.
would love that. They would love all
Now,
the
this
things
is
that they
still
have
at
for
the
them.
park.
This is still up at Monteverde.
Monteverde.
That's my husband.
Oh, finally. Okay. Hi, Jose. Was he complaining too about the hiking?
Oh, no.
No?
He's in great shape. Yeah, he's in great shape.
So you were
It's only me.
You were the only one complaining.
Angie's legs were sore a little bit.
But not too bad.
Not too bad. Here, there were a little bit more mosquitoes. I remember we had to close that door. We didn't want to
Okay.
keep anything open,
Even at that height, huh?
even at that height.
Yeah. Well, you had plenty of your repellent.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
I brought 4 bottles with me.
So we've been to Limon. We've been to Monteverde. You started in the capital where you flew in. What am I forgetting? Did we have some other areas?
Well, we went from Puerto de Limon to La Fortuna,
Oh, yes.
the Arenal volcano.
Yep.
That was the second stop. Then from the Arenal volcano, we went to Monteverde, up in the mountains.
Okay.
And then from Monteverde, we went back to San Jose. And they put us up in a hotel the day before you fly out, so that way you're close by and taxi comes to pick us up and takes us to the airport.
So
they took care of us.
They took good care of
They
you.
took care of us.
So what are you planning for your next trip?
Well, I'm going on a cruise from Boston to Bahamas.
Okay.
I've never cruised out of Boston, so we'll see how that is on Norwegian.
Very good.
And then later in the year, I plan on going to Italy and going on another Norwegian cruise.
Now, are you going to go with Angie and Mark on any of these?
No, they're not. They're not coming. We've invited them, but my sister's coming with me on the cruise to Italy. So we're going to fly to
You're
Rome.
taking a cruise. Okay, tell me about this.
Yeah, so
What
we're
are you
going to fly
do?
to Rome 2
Yep.
days before, spend 2 days in Rome. I've never been there, and then
You'll love
Rome.
Rome.
Get on the ship on the Norwegian
Yep.
Jade, I think it is, and then 10 days to Malta, to Greece, to the European.
Oh, you're going
cruise
to love.
line.
That's going to be.
I've always wanted to do that one.
I hope you'll take lots of pictures so you can come back.
Yes.
And be a guest of ours again and share that trip with us.
Well, I took a lot of pictures. It's just that
No, I'm
a
not.
fast way to get them was through the G drive.
No. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying when you go to this cruise with Europe, that's a good tour to share with our Travel with Jack viewers. They like to see that stuff. You'll show us the cruise ship and your suite, and you'll have plenty of big breakfasts on the cruise ship.
That's right.
But you won't have to walk as much.
No.
And the European trips, I think you'll find are a little bit easier hill-wise. I mean, there are sections you'll see, Rome has high hills, but you don't have to walk everything. You can grab a cab and say, take me to the top of the stairway or take me over here. But you'll enjoy that trip. And anything, so the Bahamas is what, a 3-day?
No, that's a 7-day cruise.
Oh, 7 days. Okay, you'll enjoy that too. Well, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And it was a delight having you.
Thank you, Jack.
My pleasure.